Hey, this is Kevin the Switch Hippie with Groovy Old Records. I got a few records I'm going to share with you today that I picked up recently at the junk store, which I love going to junk stores and looking for records. So, these are kind of the old school. I love old school country music. I don't like modern country. Anything after 1975 gets boring, in my opinion. I like the old hillbilly records, and I found a whole bunch of really cool old records recently at the thrift store. So let's go have a look and see what treasures I found. This first one is Leroy Van Dyke, Walk On By, which I think was a hit. And this is on Mercury Records. A little warped, but as you can see, the quality of the album is great. Nice thick vinyl. It's none of that cheapy ones that came out later. And it actually sounds really good too. I will probably drop one of these tracks down in the below, where I have all the other music listed. So this is another good old Columbia record. This is Lefty Frizzell with the crazy suit on. These are all from the 1960s. Again, nice record. Probably needs cleaned a little bit. Jimmy Newman. Not a fan of this record at all. It kind of sounds, it's all right. It's not that great, but it's all right. I'll drop a track below so you guys can listen to it yourself and tell me what you think about it. And that's on old MGM Hi-Fi record label. Here's a cool one. This is Hank Lachlan. It was 1962, and it's still in the shrink wrap. And when I bought it, it was still sealed. So it's been sealed for 60 years. But I had to let it out and get some air and breathe. And the music's wonderful. It's mono, RCA Camden, British import. Wonderful record. Sounds great. T. Texas Tyler. Don't know anything about this guy. It's a really good record though, and it's a pretty good quality. It seems to me Design Records. I've never heard of them, but apparently they do repackaging of other famous country singers. So T. Texas Tyler. It's actually really good. Next one, Carl Smith. The Tall Gentleman. That's Carl Smith there on the horse. Again, an excellent record on Columbia. And you can see the Columbia is a little scratchy, but nice and thick record. So I play that one a lot. This one here, this is Cal Smith. At Home with Cal Smith. Not that great of a record. I played occasionally. Just not interesting, compared to even Carl Smith. So Cal Smith. This is Little Jimmy Dickens. Again, this was not a great album on Columbia. I think it's Uber. Oh no, look at that. Absolutely perfect condition. And it still has the plastic sleeve on it. Here's a great one I like. Best of the Stanley Brothers, the Star Day Records. I might do an episode just on Star Day Records. Wonderful record. I used to have a lot. I used to buy these in Britain quite a lot. The Star Day, they reprinted them later on. I think Star Day's out of business, and Gusto Records owns them now. Stereo. Stanley Brothers, fabulous record. I think I've got one of the tracks below in my feed there. Okay, and lastly, probably what's considered a really bad album cover, but we're going to show it anyways, is this Hank Lachlan album. The Girls Get Pretty. I don't know how pretty those girls are, but Hank seems to be doing pretty good for himself. This album is pretty good too. Not as good as the first one that came out that I showed you earlier, but this is not too bad at all. I don't mind this one. Anyway, those are today's great finds in the junk department of your favorite record store. It was actually the ARC store, right? The thrift store down the street is where I got these records. So awesome, great, and I love these old country records. I hope to find a lot more, and I'll be showing to you a lot more when I get them. So see you later.